Dude, some days, uh, like since we had the county fair, I've been sleeping really weird and I've been eating terrible, and so
Hmm.
my body's rejecting itself right now and all the things I'm trying to do with it.
Yeah.
So, but it's coming at a good time where I have some time off to where it's not so difficult to bounce back from a week of, I guess, falling off the wagon, on the wagon. I don't know. I don't know which one it is. There are wagons involved though.
And falling. And,
Right. But how are things with you?
uh, also very busy. Um, I don't think I've thrown since May, Memorial Day weekend, when I went to Colorado to throw.
That's a while.
It is a while. I don't love it, but that's just, I made throwing not the top priority this year, and so it's just been busy, and it just hasn't happened. Uh, we just moved, are in the process of moving. Our I spent about an hour mowing today. I got 2/3 of the lawn done,
Yeah.
so I just need to figure out the right setup to just throw in the backyard, and that'll make a big difference.
You got room to throw in the backyard?
I definitely have room to throw everything except for hammers.
Oh, nice.
And I could do hammers. I just need to get a cage set up and have a pretty narrow release window in that.
Hey.
But it's on a full half acre, and the house is like set maybe a quarter of that back from the
Okay.
street. So huge backyard. So
Do you have a riding lawnmower?
no.
You should
Uh,
you should get one. They're
well,
awesome.
so yeah, that is the ultimate goal, is to get a riding lawnmower. I got an electric push mower at the last house, and now I hate gas mowers
Yeah, I guess.
because you have to keep gas on hand. They're way louder, um, but they do make riding electric lawnmowers.
Uh-huh.
They're they're more expensive, but not like crazy more expensive. But all the reviews I read for like all the riding electric mowers are, it works great until it doesn't, and then customer service sucks, and it takes 4 months to fix any problem.
Yeah. You-
And so I got I got a pretty wide, it was a two blade electric power push mower,
mhm.
or a walk behind mower, I guess.
Yeah.
And it came with three 4 amp hour 80-volt batteries, and it takes 1.5 to do the whole yard probably.
Nice.
So it's not too bad.
That works.
Yeah, I'll probably get a riding mower eventually, but we've got one. My grandpa had one out at the farm. It just needs to be completely rewired to work because mice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I'm not looking forward to this winter when all the mice like make a home inside my mower and I don't check on it for months. I'm just waiting for that to happen.
Yeah.
But I was when I was getting a mower, I was looking at like new ones because like that's where we go first. Like let's see what the new ones are. I was
Yeah.
blown away at how expensive riding lawnmowers are. They have gone up in price by the thousands. Like
I mean, you
10 years ago, you used to be able to get like a nice, like the good John Deere riding like lawnmower, not a zero turn, like a regular lawn tractor for like $1,500. Like, and that was like the top of the line. Now, top of the line lawn tractors like $9,000, and
Yeah,
they don't start until 4. And I was like,
that's not true.
Aw, for John Deere's?
Oh, well, for John Deere's, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you can get a tractor riding lawnmower for 17.
What kind though? That's the question.
I mean, store brand from like Lowe's or Home Depot. I think it was Home Depot. I saw there's
Yeah.
like a gray tractor lawnmower. Or there's a really small red one that just had like a 30-inch cut.
That's just like a regular push mower.
I think a little bit bigger than that, but it was a ride-on, so I mean, you get to do that. You'd make a lot more passes, but depending on how much you'd have, like having a half acre, it's like a riding lawnmower would be nice, but there's also enough trees and garden space that not super necessary,
Right.
right? Like I can get by with the nice push mower, so I'm not too worried about that.
I have too many trees. That's my problem. I've got a ton of Bradford pears in like the yard next to my driveway, and that's like the biggest yard. And so like I'm having to zigzag around a bunch of fucking Bradford pears, which are the worst tree on the planet. People, do you know? Are you familiar with the Bradford pear?
Vaguely. Like I've heard, I don't think I could pick one out, but I've heard many people complain about them.
Oh, you could pick them out pretty easy when they're in bloom. Like they're the only white trees, like with white flowers in bloom at that time, and they're fucking everywhere. And apparently, when the when those little blossoms drop down and they start to like decay, it smells bad. Some people say it smells like jizz, but
Great.
yeah. I don't smell it. I'm not like that smells like cum. I don't ever think that when I smell those trees. I never acknowledge them. But they are invasive, and everyone, here's a PSA: stop bringing invasive plants into the country, or stop perpetuating the problem. But whatever. That's a side note, I guess.
Or even regional, like
Yeah.
even if it's local to North America and not your area, just find something different.
Yeah. There are a ton of native trees. You know, gosh, and we're going to talk about foliage here.
Look, being from Nebraska and having the nation's or world's largest man-made forest, we can talk about it.
we could talk about it. Well, so my daughter.
If you haven't been to the Arbor Day Farm, it's actually a really nice visit.
I've never been there. Never even heard of it. This is all news to me.
It's in Nebraska City, so it's really not that far for you. They've got some nice hiking trails. If you go in the fall, you can pick apples. They've got this pretty fun, like, bridge rope course, like a rope trampoline thing that's pretty cool.
Nice. Nebraska City?
Yep.
Okay. Maybe one of these days. Are all the trees like in straight lines? Like,
No.
oh, I like the idea of like a giant like man-made forest and everything is just in perfect rows. I like the idea of that.
I feel like it'd be, I don't know, like a little bit unsettling.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we used to go out, like growing up in like Bakersfield, like they have orange groves and almond groves everywhere. And so you go out there at night and like, like drink with your buddies and whatnot. And you look underneath the trees and like you see people like on the other end of the field doing like the same thing as you, but like trying to get to them, you will get lost. 'Cause it's a maze. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Fun stuff. Living in the orange groves. But, forestry and whatnot. What are we going to talk about today?
Well, I think the first thing we have to talk about is the 505 from yesterday.
Oh, geez, Louise. Yeah. People are calling it quite the soft lockout. And I said, "Meh, it looks good to me."
But here's how I feel about it. Yes, and also don't care.
Yeah, like that's reasonable. Okay, so yeah, Hathor Julius Bjornsson broke the world record for the deadlift with 505 kilos, which is this is where you jump in and give me the poundage.
Oh, it's 1,113 pounds.
There you go. That's good.
I'm a little bit upset that they didn't do 504 just so it was 1111,
That would be cooler.
right?
Yeah, that'd be cooler. You know, I've talked about this before about like when we're talking like world record deadlift. Did Thor's like 501 ever count? Like, did that beat Eddie Hall's like 500? And I always am like, sure, was it like a real competition in his gym for that 501? Maybe not. The argument could be made that that was not a legitimate competition. That was just him having a gym session with extra
I,
steps.
I mean, I think that the standards for weighing the plates and the judging and everything was up to snuff. I I fully counted the 501. That being said, the 500 is still more important, and the 500 is still relevant. The 501 no longer is.
Right. That's actually a really good take. The reason I thought the 501 was valid was for all those reasons, and because we knew the weights were good. I mean, unless you're really trying to be a dick about it, I think everyone kind of understood like the weight in the bar, everything was correct. But he did it so much easier than Eddie's 500 that nearly killed him
Right.
because he should not have been doing that. Like he had to like fucking break his brain just to be able to do that. And Thor's just like, I'll just run a good cycle and I'll like a good training block and it'll all come together. Like
Right.
he didn't have to like do the ridiculous stuff that Eddie did. So I think that was much more interesting. You're
Right.
right in that like the 500 is way more important than the 501 ever would be because that's the 4 minute mile or yeah
Well,
four minute.
and it's not like the record before 500 was 495 or 490. It
Yeah,
was like 470,
yeah, yeah.
465, something like that. Like it was nowhere close to 500. It was so far away from 500 that it was crazy for him to even be talking about it at the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which is like, I mean, Eddie's a dreamer. He's a simpleton, but he's a dreamer. Yeah, I don't know. He fucking weirds me out though. That's just a side note.
Yeah, I don't. I want to like his stuff and his content, but I don't.
he's just he's not bright at all, and he's not a very nice guy. You can see that like in like everything he does. Like he's never as genuine as you would want him to be. But I mean, he does. I mean, it's a personality too. I think some of it, like just his personality, is just because he created a character for strongman, and to get on like TV and things like that, and he's just kind of sticking with it pretty aggressively. Even
Right.
though at this point, I think he should. I wouldn't say age out of it. I would say more like just transition out of it. Like same, like it's like the same with like Conor McGregor. Like Conor McGregor's still doing freaky, crazy Conor McGregor shit. It's like, do you like you're 40 now? Is this what you want to be doing? His ranting on Twitter, like or some kind of version of that. But I do think him like breaking that 500 kilo barrier, and now it's going higher. Like it's gone higher twice now. There's a lot of up and coming like strongmen who are, I don't want to say close, but they are. If they want it, they could probably chase it. Guys like,
Right.
gosh dang, what's that dude from Texas? Newer guy,
Yep.
Andrade,
Austin Andrade.
Austin Andrade. Yeah, that dude. That dude can deadlift, and he's still young. He's still kind of like, I don't want to say up and coming because that might like, but I guess he is because like this, like he's only been doing like international shows like in the last 2 years.
What's the average year as a professional strongman? Because I think it's a little bit skewed with like Brian Shaw and Big Z. Like, there's a couple guys that have done it for a long, long time,
Yeah,
but I feel like most other professional strongmen, and maybe I'm wrong, I very well could be wrong on this, but I feel like a lot of them, and maybe it's 50-50, like half of them are there for a year or two, and half of them stick around for the
I
better part of
think
a decade.
I think it's closer to that. Like you have those guys that kind of come in, do some things really quickly, and then they disappear. Because it's hard. Like being the strongest man on the planet is a difficult thing to do. It's difficult to maintain.
Who would have thought?
Right. But then there's like the other half of them that are going to be around for a while, like Brian Shaw, Zadrunas. Mark Felix is still doing it at a high level. Like he's not what he used to be, but like he's not far off. and he's old. Like you got guys like that who are just like a staple in the sport. And yeah, so I think it's like reasonably long. You could say, I think like a good pro career in strongman 6 to 8 years.
That feels reasonable.
Yeah, I
Having
have
not done it.
no data to back that up. It is just that is by feel and as just a fan of what I'm looking at. But everyone's gonna come in the comments and be like, "Oh, what about this guy and that guy?" I don't know, man. I don't know all their names, but yeah. So that's cool. That's a cool thing that happened. I'm glad
Yeah.
it did. I genuinely like kind of like Thor. I like his vibe. He's different now. Like because he had a real personality change, like in the sport. Even before he like stepped away for 2 years or whatever, he was already kind of changing into like, I don't know. It's not the Thor show. It's the strongman show that I'm a part of, kind of thing.
Right.
I like that. I like to see people grow. It's like you're watching a movie or like a show for years, and the characters just never evolve, and that sucks.
Yeah. Where I'm torn right now is with Martins.
Mm-hmm.
Because on the one hand, like, he's a great character. Love to see him compete when he's in shape. He's really good.
Yeah.
And so it'd be good to see him compete again. On the other hand, the Strength Unknown series are so good.
So I've got a lot to say about the Strength Unknown series. I liked when Martins was doing well in strongman. He was very nice and he was crushing it humbly. I thought that was really cool. He was quiet about it.
Yeah.
But his Strength Unknown series could be very, very, very good. Very good. But right now it's just like, it's good. If I see it, I'll probably watch it. Like if he's going somewhere where I'm like, I don't know about that place. What's up with that? I'll watch it. But he is not a good writer, and he's writing his entire like voiceover, and he's sitting there in a makeshift sound room. I'm imagining at his house, reading a script that he wrote. And if I'm wrong, like, then I guess there's other issues, but he's not Bourdain. He like everyone tries to do these like documentary shows, and this one is on YouTube, but like they want to be Anthony Bourdain and have like those kind of quips and like that really insightful kind of like writing style, and he just doesn't have it. And so it always just takes me out of it. Whatever he's doing, I'm just like listening. I'm like, this all feels forced. Like, but I think, and this is probably the only time I'll ever say this for anyone's YouTube shows, I think he could benefit a ton from being part of like an actual studio, or like have like real professionals take over the show and like organize it a little bit differently. I think they could create a better product than what he's doing right now.
Potentially, yeah. Like, there's definitely something there, and his ability to down
Mm-hmm.
strength cultures that I've never heard of. And I mean, I'm to the point where I'm now convinced that you could go anywhere and you find an interesting strength culture.
Right. Yeah, like I'm a huge fan of like anytime like someone's pursuing strength culture somewhere, right? Like that shit's cool because like there's a ton of stuff that I don't know about and I want to learn about. Like I'm not going to like do that weird Pakistani Atlas ball snatching thing that they do, but I like to know that they're doing it.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. It's a good show, and I wish they would sell it. And because like what's cool about him is that like he can talk on camera. He's like comfortable and like on a camera, so like you would never have to recast it because what it is requires someone who can talk on camera and someone who can actually do the challenges, right? The strength.
So what
it.
you're saying is Romark needs to do the voiceover.
I want Romark to write them. Like let's start there. That maybe the writing's not so crappy. It's because like I'm not a good writer.
It's hard. Writing's hard.
It is hard. And he's not doing any better than I could do. And I'm not a good writer. I could barely read. Okay. Like that's not true. I'm just dyslexic, but it's just a giant like drag on the whole show that he's, but then again, like who would write for it? Like who has like the knowledge to actually, like to, I don't know, the knowledge of like what's like what the sport is that they're talking about or whatever. It would have to be, it would have to be them. Maybe like run it through Chat GPT first. And I don't know.
Don't do that.
Actually, yeah, please don't do that. Let's end the Chat GPT. They're taking over. They're become sentient. Not Chat GPT. Anytime I talk about Chat GPT or like AI, it's always kind of like Chat GPT is like the one that everyone knows. But in reality, like there's so many other AIs. The ones that are like jumping servers are not. It's not Chat GPT. Like that's like the scary ones, the Skynets. But
right.
But I, for one, welcome our new robot overlords. So what else? What else we got on the docket?
We've got lightweight nationals coming up.
In Dublin.
In Dublin.
Ohio, not Dublin.
Ohio.
Not the really cool Dublin, like the pretty average
It'd be weird
Dublin.
if it was in Ireland for nationals. Worlds would be great.
You know, the American lightweight class should make that a thing. Like we're having destination national championships. Like we're going abroad every time.
I mean, a little bit more budget. I think it could be a thing.
I mean, why not? I mean, the world's your oyster. You could do whatever you want. Just make it happen.
I'm sure.
Or you could do it in like the Bahamas or something, like something cool, something tropical. I don't know about the Bahamas. What's a cool tropical place? Costa Rica.
I mean, Hawaii is in the States. Already has Highland Games. I'm not sure when they are.
They have I think they have two. And one is, I'm not going to get the month right. I'm not even going to try.
Yeah, I don't know. But, like, logistically, I want no part of it. It would be really rad if it was in a different state every year.
April 6th.
That's a little early.
For nationals, yeah.
Yeah.
It could be done. They could move it. How many people do they actually have going to their games? Like, is it really going to put like a lot of people out to move it back?
I don't know. You can check heavy athlete.
I just did. It only came with like one person who entered his scores in, I think.
Huh.
Yeah. Galen Chemo. Shout out Galen for Masters 40-44 putting your scores. I think that's a NASGA poll.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
Speaking of heavy athlete,
yeah.
the total distance is now
a
feature on heavy athlete that I will take at least partial credit for.
You're out here just innovating, just just changing the way we do things, really adding value to the community.
Adding value is a stretch. It is a fun number to have.
There it is. There's the total distance. I was waiting for it to pop up. That's 5,000. That's total. That's from like, let's look at this year, so far this year. We've got 165 miles. And so it's 165 miles, 2,595 feet, 5.12 inches of total throws this year. Those are rookie numbers. We got to bump those up.
We're late July, early August. We get a lot of games in September.
We're a little over halfway.
Yeah.
What's the difference between this year and last year? We're smoking 2024. Yeah, 2024 is... Oh, no, we're not. Dude, I don't know why I'm looking at numbers right now. I'm trying to talk about numbers. Dude, I was like, oh, yeah, 2025 is crushing it. It's like half of what 2024 was.
It's on track.
I think we're on pace. We can make it.
I mean, I think fall has more games than spring, so...
You think?
I do.
I think
based on nothing. But
I think this fall feels like there's a lot more, but I think that's just because my game's in fall, and I'm like looking like on the calendar, like all the games like around it, and I was like, but we'll see.
Yeah. Are you going to Kansas City?
I am. I will be there. I'll be judging someone. Don't know who.
Nice.
I'll be there though. Can't miss out. It's too close to not go. It's only like,
right. Yeah.
It's exactly an hour from my door. So that's a nothing drive for me. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be hot. I was just thinking, cause like this week has just been brutal for heat, and
yes.
Kansas City's it would normally be like next weekend. At least if I recall, because it's not normally in August.
No, I think, well.
Oh no, it would have been last weekend.
Last week? Yeah. It's very late this year. I do miss when it was in both June and July.
When was that?
Oh, guys, so back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I mean this was when Doug was having the lightweight class was 190 still.
Yuck.
When I first started throwing, he was the last guy in the region to change from 190 to 200. He had a festival on casino grounds.
I was hoping you'd say like Indian burial grounds or something. That'd be cool.
That happened one time.
Yeah. Never again. It's a real pet cemetery situation over there.
Yeah, no, so he had his games, and it was attached to a casino festival, which is actually a really nice kind of little festival thing. And then they wanted that weekend for something else, and the whole thing got cut and it got dropped. Mel's was always at Wyandotte County Park for a long time.
Yeah, PR Park.
PR Park. And then And then Doug kept finding new spots to throw until he eventually landed at was that Platte Landing,
I was about to say, so I think it's Platte Landing. Yeah.
uh, which is aside from no shade, a really nice throwing field.
Yeah. It was a good field. When they cut it, some years it's a
Yeah,
little long.
yeah. Well, and I guess there was a road. There used to be a road under where the standards get put up,
Hmm.
so the ground's really hard.
Yeah.
You can break some wobs over there. Um, so then when he landed there, logistically, him and Mel didn't want to have to figure it out independently, so they kind of merged and then just turned into one games in Kansas City,
Yeah.
which was a shame because that's some of the closest for me.
PR Park, man. I miss PR Park. I think we all do. It was a nice place. I unfortunately, like the one year I went, I was not a very good thrower. It's like couldn't utilize
No, yeah.
the
Well, it was,
benefits of the park.
and it was also, except for hammers, you had shade everywhere.
Yeah, you were just like throwing in the woods. You had like your little like area where you can like throw. Yeah, that's those were good fields. I
Yeah.
went. That was the first time I ever went 60 feet in the lightweight. I went 61 even.
Did you?
I
Did
did.
you?
You know, well, because like apparently this is again, I didn't get to utilize the benefit of the park because we're that year we were throwing weights. Everyone's complaining like, oh, we should be throwing weights like somewhere else, like another spot, because that's where it's better. That's where the hills
Mhm.
are. And
Yeah.
we're on a pretty flat spot. Unless you're throwing 70, like you don't hit the hill at all. But I threw 61 even 3 times in a row, and I thought that was pretty cool.
That actually is pretty cool. That's hard
Yeah,
to do.
yeah,
Consistency.
yeah. Do people used to come out to that games from like all over? I remember Garrett Blatnick came out that year because it's like the place to get numbers if you want them.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, some say like, oh, well, it's padding your numbers, like that's cheating, or like that's.
It is. But also
But you could do it too. So,
and it's everybody's doing it, and no, I've never seen a comment in the NASCA or heavy athlete numbers. They're like, this was downhill, don't count for
right.
qualifying.
Well, because like it's never. I will say like, oh, we're throwing off a cliff, but like it never is a cliff. It's still just a hill, and it's never like crazy. It's reasonable generally.
Mhm. Mostly.
Yeah. I mean, like there are some games I've been to where like you're throwing towards a lake, which there's no uphill towards a lake, so like it's going to be flat or down.
Right.
So like those are always very generous. But I'll say though, like if you're set up on a big hill and you're throwing down it, and if your trig's not on like the genuine flat, like you're going to have to compensate for that fast like sprint of going
Yeah.
downhill, which doesn't help you like throw further.
That's true.
I don't get too bogged down with hills and whatnot because like look at it this way too. Like if you're getting numbers if you're padding your numbers for a championship and you get into that championship, like we all know what you throw. Like we generally know where the PR games are. That's why people were coming to Kansas City is because like word got around, like it's a nice field and the implements are good. Whatever, I guess.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe we're a little bit more, I don't know if this is true. I'm probably making stuff up. I feel like we might be a little bit more sensitive to hills being from the Great Plains region,
Yeah,
which
that could be true.
famously has many steep hills.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But like, look at Dublin, for instance. Like, so where lightweight nationals is at, like, that's a PR field. word has now gotten around that like you're throwing weights off a cliff. That's what everyone says. There's been a couple years there where like you can go back and look at it and see numbers from Dublin versus numbers from the weekend before and the weekend after, and
Right.
they are different.
Right.
And so I mean, in my mind, hopefully this will make up for last year's nationals, last year's lightweight nationals, where it was like the uphill championship, or what were you guys calling it?
Right. Man, it's like the Scott Fest that year moved field,
Which is a shame.
which is a shame. Although a lot easier to get to the field from the parking lot.
It's not that mile hike.
Yeah, you don't have to do a full mile hike to get there. But the way it was set up, I don't think they can fix it. You either have to throw towards the crowd or throw uphill.
None of that's good.
Right, yeah, like those are the two choices. So you can either let people be close to the throwers and actually see what's happening, or you set up the trigs on the opposite side of the field where no one can see you.
Right. Yeah.
It was, and look at last year's nationals numbers, like especially for weights,
Yeah.
those are uphill numbers.
I I didn't know Scott Fest changed the venue. And when I saw the numbers, I was like, "Oh, guys, come on!" And then I think I talked to you, and you're like, "Oh, yeah, it's not good." I was like, "Okay,
Well, no, but there's still like, what did Brian and like Greg, I think, are still through like 65 lightweight or something, just straight uphill.
which yeah, that would be an uphill throw for Greg. Try and pull it up and look at it. I don't know how to use computers these days. Just the sun, man. The sun is frying me. I can't do the simplest tasks, and it's getting very annoying.
Yeah, it'll do that.
Yeah, I think Greg got a 69. Nice.
Yeah, not like, but uphill.
Right. So like, I mean, okay, yeah, which is a shame for Greg because I don't think he's ever got a 70 in competition.
Yeah, I don't know that he
It's
has
I don't think
either.
I know Shane has. I mean, even as a lightweight,
Yeah,
and he got 68.9, which would have not been his best for the year. Here's another feature about Heavy Athlete that's quite nice is that they can tell you what's like a PR, like a season PR, and
yeah,
what's like, yeah, I don't know, just based on color. That's fun as I look at it. But yeah, that's the uphill games.
yep.
And so ideally this year, if Dublin holds up their end of the bargain, we're going to see some big national numbers.
Which I like to mention the mammoth in the room for lightweight nationals.
What's that?
70%. And I could be low on this number, but
Yeah,
I know 70% are masters throwers.
I got the list. So Jeff Thornton's Masters, Matt Adams
Yep.
Masters,
Yep.
Levi is close.
Masters.
Is he Masters? Oh, he is. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Levi,
barely.
Mac Dillman, Jed Lamont, are the only two that I know aren't Masters.
I'm pretty sure Brian is not.
I was going to say he is. No, he's not. Interesting. Well, I've never met him, so I don't know how old he is. But it is so. I think a lot of this too, and I was going to talk about this was since we're using Heavy Athlete more heavily for like information gathering, right?
No.
Because you can see who's like the rankings for lightweight worlds. There's a little button for that now, which is nice. Heavy Athlete combines masters lightweight lists and regular amateur men lightweight. Like they combine those and they just like separate off the. So like all the masters throws that are like, the weight under 200 pounds get added into the list, but the regular lightweight guys don't get added to the whatever list.
Right.
And so I think a lot of people are now kind of realizing like, oh, there's a bigger lightweight pool than before if the masters want to compete with the younger guys, and they do.
Right. Well, I mean, that being said, Jason Bertogel, sorry if I butchered that, is the only.
Dude, how do you say that name?
I gave you my best guess.
Pre-Fogel? Jason, if you're listening to this, I need you, Pre-Fogel, I need you to come in here in the comments and tell me that we're saying this right or wrong. Again, illiterate.
Yeah, but I was looking at, he's the only one on this list that I've not thrown with before. He's the only one on the list that, unless it was many, many years ago, has not thrown at lightweight nationals.
This was his first nationals. That could be
again,
fun.
Unless, because like Jeff Thornton, lightweight nationals. I believe he won the nationals or worlds, but
I think he's won
in like
2 worlds at least.
But like 2012 or something, and then he stopped throwing lightweights for a while, and then came back in 2021, maybe 22, something like that.
It would have been 22. Yeah. This is a story I got from him. I was like, because I didn't know Jeff. I didn't know about Jeff when we first met in like 2022. And he's like, yeah, I qualified for Worlds because a friend of his was having a games and like needed people to sign up. And he's like, I'm in the area, so I'll help you out. I'll come throw I might have some fun because like it's been a while since he throwed. Off of 1 games was able to qualify for Worlds. I mean, like he wasn't like first round pick, but like off of 1 games, like he still made it, which is just nuts.
Yeah, well, he was also the guy when Scott Farr was cutting his teeth.
Yeah.
That Scott was trying to beat all the time.
Yeah.
Like that was the guy Scott Farr was chasing.
Yeah. The crazy thing about Jeff, and like, I have not talked to him I've talked to him a bunch, not really about throwing at all. What I do know is this guy hasn't been in the gym since high school, and he tried lifting weights once and was like, it's not for me. Never did it again. And he is a stud on the field.
I don't know that he practices either.
No, I think he just competes in games. And this is why, like, and if I were competing against him at Masters Worlds last year, I would have genuinely been like really, really mad at myself because I know Jeff like isn't practicing. Because like last time, like he said he practiced, like he like hurt himself, and he's like, I'm just not going to do that again. Okay,
that's the takeaway there.
And so like he came out last year and threw a 50+ heavyweight for a world record.
Yeah, it was like a 50'5", I think.
Yeah. And I could have sworn, and I could get these numbers wrong, but I could have sworn it was further. Like it was like, I thought it was like 52. But I could have just been confusing that with the regular lightweight world record, because that's either 52 or 53. But either way,
it's around there, yeah.
He comes out just, I don't know, just rolls off the couch, and he's just throwing a world record in the heavyweight off a 2-turn, which he wasn't doing. He was 1-turning, and he's like, I'll try it. And he kind of does one, and he's like, I'm not really feeling it. Everyone's like, I'm watching the video of it, and everyone's like, no, that's good. You should just, try a 2-turn. You got extras. And he's like, I'll try it. Bust out a nasty 2-turn. And I'm like, how the hell do you just do that?
Oh,
He's out there having fun, and I hate
he
it.
he just has a good time. He's
Yeah.
great to throw with, but it is frustrating that you have to try so hard to beat him. I don't know that
Hmm.
I ever have, and he just shows up.
Yeah. Yeah. He when we were in Salt Lake in 23, we were like, I don't know, my mindset of like going into that was like, okay, if I can beat Greg, win, and like that's all I'm focused on. Like we went to Subway, and I was having a good old time with everyone, and I was not like in my head I was like, oh, we got to win, we got to win, we got to win. And then Jeff's out there just hiking around. He's out there finding fossils, rock hounding and shit. And he comes in the next day. He's like, I hiked like 15 miles yesterday. I'm like, I hate you, man. Yeah,
Ugh.
just a genuine stud.
Oh yeah,
But he's like on the lightweight leaderboard right now. He's number one, which is good for him, I guess.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a stacked list for nationals. Like, I
Jason,
mean,
I was gonna say Jason Richards has a 70-foot lightweight. What? That's pretty nice. That's going to be the only guy on here with a 70-foot lightweight. Holy cow. Good for him.
until next weekend.
Maybe Greg might find it.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Greg's gone 69-11. That hurts.
that does hurt. I've I've cleared 40 in extras as a lightweight, but it's never been recorded. So my lightweight PR for open stone is still 39-11 and 3/4.
I don't like when they don't count extras. That always chaps my ass. Cuz like
Uh, yeah, I know one of them was with decathlon scoring,
right.
and so
And
that it messes up.
see but in that case like you don't add it to the day. You
Right,
add
yeah,
it
and
in
there's
when
no,
it
no
gets
reason
entered
to
into the
add it.
database. It comes in later because like
Yeah,
you earn those extra three, and whatever the number like. Well, like what's the point of taking extras if like they don't count
right. Feel
for
good.
a field record that like only people in your immediate vicinity know about?
Right,
I'm like, no, I need those extra 20 points tacked onto my score. That's what I need.
right. Uh, yeah, that's fine. I'm not salty about it at all. It's
Yeah,
fine.
no.
Everything's fine.
See, when I have those, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately, is that like I could find those little things that just chaps my ass. I'm like, oh, or just be better. Like I just tell
Right.
myself that. I'm like, that's the right answer, but it sucks.
Yeah, and I mean, there's no reason I shouldn't be throwing 40 regularly. I think Wichita this year, I put one out at past 40 in
Mhm.
my original three. You don't need to
It's
fact check that.
it's hard. It's hard to get in like regularly over 40, like that space. Like that's a tough one to do.
So do you have a podium for Lightweight Nationals?
Yeah, I do. Um, I don't think Jeff is going to pull out a first. I think Greg wants to win it again for like the fifth year in a row or whatever. So I think
Is
he's.
he? Did he do a three-peat last year?
I don't know if he won last year or not. Actually, I like to think he did. I'll look it up right now. Unless they put him in the scores in out of order, which always just makes me fucking angry. Yeah, Greg won last year.
So he won
He won the
21, 2, 3, and 4.
yeah. And so I know he knows
Yep.
that going in, so I'm sure he's going to try his best to do it.
That's got to be
I think Jeff might have done it before,
that's
honestly.
possible. Or Howe?
Oh, Mark
That
Howell.
Mark Howe? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was kind of like in his time, he was kind of dominating. So that's entirely
Yeah.
possible.
Speaking of other records, to get off topic,
Yeah.
Jeremy Irvin has to have the most Nationals appearances at this point.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Which we'll get back to the podium, but can we talk about how Jeremy Irvin keeps retiring for the off season?
He actually took a full year off last year from throwing as a lightweight, and it made him mad. He came back throwing really strong.
But he's like, well, he just changes the goal line for him. He's like, I'm going to retire from being a lightweight, and then it's like, well, I'm not going to try for like nationals and worlds anymore. And then it's like, well, I just won't be a lightweight. I'll only do like 6 games a year. Like, oh, okay. So you're just
Some of
not
those
quitting.
6 are going to be Nationals, though.
Yeah. So when I saw his name on the list, I chuckled. It was nice to see.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I think it's going to go. Dude, I fucked it up again, didn't I? Because Greg's not even on the list. Damn it.
All right. The list I have, because I don't think we went through all the names, and
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
deserves a shout out because it is very difficult to get to lightweight nationals. So we have Shane Sutherland, Jeff Thornton, Matt Adams, Brian Hanna, Jeremy Irvin, Jason Berfogel, Levi Peck, Greg Pilling, Jed Lamont, Mac Dillman is what I got off of the Instagrams.
Okay. Based on those, based on the actual list, I'm gonna go Shane Sutherland, Jeff Thornton, and then Mac Dillman. I think that's the podium.
Not Greg on the podium.
I don't have Greg on my list.
He's on the list.
I don't know. I got this list from Mac half an hour ago.
Oh, that might be more accurate then.
Yeah.
I haven't been following the news. There's all the posts on the Lightweight Worlds page.
Which is confusing for me because they have yet to announce everyone on the lightweight Highland
Everyone's
Games
on there
page. What? No, they haven't announced.
Nice for that.
Oh, there they are. Greg is on the Facebook page, but that was from like a month ago. So maybe he dropped out. That's entirely possible.
Yeah,
But
this is just the list I got off of Instagram, with everyone's profile and whatnot. And I could be wrong. I haven't been following that closely since I'm not going.
same. I follow as closely as I can, but I think Jeff and Shane are going to have a battle. Jeff's not. Jeff's just going to do what he does, and Shane's going to be like, "Gosh dang it, I got to like lock in," because Shane was a pro for a lot of years. He's got some screws loose. He can like flip a switch when he needs to like turn it up.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be one of them for first place. And Mac Dillman, you cannot discount the great Mac because he is putting in an enormous amount of work.
Yeah, I think Brian Hanna podiumed last year. So this is a tough part. Shane, Jeff, Brian, Greg, if he's there, Mac Dillman, if he puts everything together. I think Levi Peck's going to surprise a lot of people. Um, he's been throwing really well the last 18 months, really. Matt
He's getting better
Adams,
with age.
yeah, Matt Adams. I don't know where in the collegiate year we are.
Yeah.
That makes a big difference for him. If he's throwing well, um, all of those guys, I could see on the podium. Jeremy Irvin actually, but his heavyweight tends to lack or is a little bit short a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
For this list of guys.
Right.
He usually won't clear 40, although he get pretty close. I think he might have thrown 40 this year at Wichita. I'm not sure.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't see.
And then his sheaf, I think, is what really kills him in points at at nationals. His sheaf got broken 6 or 7 years ago, and he just hasn't been able to fix it because he's thrown 30.
Yeah.
But he gets to fight for 24 most days now, so
That's fair enough. I think Jeremy's going to be in there just like stealing points from people who didn't see it coming, as he does.
He does do that.
Like he's just going to win caper when everyone else is working really hard, and he just does it. You're just like, okay, great,
Perfect. Yeah.
but yeah, like I mean, Jeff and Shane are gonna be duking it out for first and second, and Mac and Brian are going to be doing the same for third. I think I like to think Mac can pull it all together and have the best games of his life and really throw Brian for a loop. But I could be wrong. But that's my podium.
Yeah, I think based on what I have, I do Craig, Shane, Sutherland, and Brian. But there's so many guys that can upset that.
Yeah. Crazy thing too about Shane is that like he doesn't post much on Instagram, but what he does post is throwing in dogs. He's got like Rhodesian Ridgebacks, which are cool.
Yep.
They're not my type of dog, but I do respect them as a good type of dog.
No, he's got a solid Instagram page.
Yeah, it's dogs and Highland Games.
Yeah, like, I don't know what else you want.
And every now and again, like, this is a waterfall I hike to, and you're like, nice, dude.
Yeah.
But he's only been like practice. When I was on the episode with Scott, we're trying to figure out what Shane's Instagram handle was, and we couldn't get it right. I kept saying like Red Falcon or something like that. It's Creek Falcon. So
I thought it was Falcon Creek, but
it's both, because on Facebook it's one way, on Instagram it's the other.
No, that could be the problem.
Yeah, that was a debate I had here at the home. So good old internet fact check.
Yeah.
But he's only like practiced like twice this year, which doesn't bode well for like going into a national championship. But he's also been doing it for 20 years. So
yeah, there's something to be said for decades of reps.
Yeah.
So.
And he's left-handed, so like God already hates him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Is there a third left-hander on the list? I don't think so.
Who else is left-handed?
Greg's left-handed, isn't he?
No.
Am I making that up?
If he is, he throws right-handed.
Tricky.
Which would be cool.
That would be cool.
Keeps that other hand delicate for
Was it
right.
Levi then? I don't know. I thought there was another left-hander.
I don't think Levi's left-handed either. He looks like he would be. Yeah, take that, Levi. That's a dig.
You look like you're left-handed.
Yeah. I don't know how to take that. But yeah, it's I think it's going to be a good nationals. It's going to be I think it's going to be more interesting
Is that,
than
do you know if there's a live stream for it?
I think. No, I think Max said he's going to record some stuff, but I don't think he's going live.
Okay. Unfortunate.
Yeah,
I don't,
I
I
think
don't see anyone on the list that I would count on
to
live
do it.
streaming.
I was about to say Greg, but if Greg's not going, then he's not going. He's not going to do it. But Greg has
That's
done
true.
it in the past. Which I guess like, and this is like, it's enough time has passed that I think I could bring it up now. Like, is it Nationals in 2023? Greg was like, he was having trouble with his with the live stream. And he was kind of like tinkering with it and like kind of like taking himself like out of the competition, just like to mess with it, make sure it's like it's up and running. And I was like, "Oh, you're having trouble with that?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to work." I'm like, "Oh, you make sure you get it up because I think a lot of people want to see this." And so like I was just really trying to make him like focus on that, so I can like slide in there and like get some points.
Spoilers, it didn't work.
No, it didn't. It was closer than it was in 22, but
Well, 22, you've been throwing as lightweight for what, 6 months?
yeah, maybe if that like no, it would have been way less than that because
It would have been
we're
April
yeah
to June.
yeah. Yeah, I was trying my best just to like earn my spot. Like that's what I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. So my tactics did not work. My mind games, because Greg is just a machine. He might not be a real person. I'm not entirely sure because of how consistently he throws. And I wish like the numbers would like, I don't know, do a better job of like showing that.
Well, and that was the really cool thing. I don't think it's up anymore, but the old Lightweight Nationals page
Mm-hmm.
had a lot of really cool statistics. And one of them that I don't think got looked at as much as it should have is it had the standard deviation for everyone.
Oh,
Because they swept from NASCA, they loaded in all of your numbers across all of your games.
mm-hmm.
So, like, this person's best throw was, for the heavyweight, was a 43, but if their other ones were like 36, 37, you'd have a bigger standard deviation
Mm-hmm.
for your heavyweight. So you could see how consistent everyone was.
Yeah.
And
See,
no one
that's
really
like
looked at that.
that's like a
Because
yeah, that's a weird thing to explain to people. Like, oh yeah, Greg is like one of the most consistent lightweight throwers out there. And but if you go look at his numbers, I'm like, yeah, they're kind of like they seem about as consistent as everyone else. But in person, if he's always beating you by 6 inches, he's going to beat you by 6 inches again. Like he's
no.
like whatever the field conditions are, like he's going to always be ahead of you because that's what he's supposed to do, and it sucks.
And he's not going to drop an event either. He's going to
No,
throw well
he's not going to
all
bomb
time.
out. He's not going to like if he fouls one, he's going to get it on the next one, and it's not going to be an issue. Me, if I foul a heavyweight, like I am spiraling after that. We're like we gotta lock back in somehow. But
Yeah.
I'm
I
a
don't know.
different breed.
I was better with the 42 on ignoring a foul, although I did not foul very often with the 42.
That's
Um,
fair.
the 56 is a whole different story. I've learned regularly practicing with the 42 is way more helpful at throwing the 56 than occasionally throwing the 56.
I can see that.
Like, because the last 3 or 4 years I do games as a heavyweight throw the 56.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd throw between 30, 32 feet. Right? So they're pretty consistent.
Yeah.
every year. I haven't broke
Which,
30 this year.
oh, really?
Yeah,
We haven't been practicing, so we haven't
right,
been
yeah, no, but
throwing.
practicing with the 42 translates better than an occasional practice with the 56.
Yeah. I think if you throw the 56 in Kansas City this year, you'll go 32 again. I think you'll be
Maybe.
right. I
I'm
think you
hoping to
could.
get in some practices this week, next couple weeks, get some good practice in.
Yeah. Cuz cuz you're like my thought is like 32 some people say like oh getting over 30 is like that like that first like kind of like good number with the heavyweight like oh yeah I got it. My mind is like it's always been 32 has been like my go-to number cuz like
Mm.
once you get to that point at 32 like you get kind of stuck there for a little while and it's a hell of an effort to break out of that. And I think it's like
Which,
once you get good at throwing the heavyweight, throwing the 56, like you should always be kind of right in that ballpark of 32 because
yeah.
like it like if you're a tall athletic man and you're moving enough and you put a little bit of effort into it like that's how far it's going to go like in my mind. If that makes sense.
No, it does.
Okay.
Like, with the 42, for me anyway, 42 feet is kind of that, like, that's what separates the top throwers from the really good throwers.
Right.
Like, clearing 40 feet is still hard to do, but that was pretty routine for me, clearing 40
Mm-hmm.
the last couple of years. Like, that was almost expected. I don't think I have many games in the books where I didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You can fact check me and say that I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Like there might be an occasional like 38 or 39, but like throwing farther than 42, I've done like 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
And I haven't been able to really get past that.
I think that's the same as the 32 because like once you kind of get past that once you get past like that 40 like a 40 to 43 kind of range
You know,
your bad throws are going to go 43 like that's just you've now broken once you break past that and you drop a 46 somewhere your bad ones are going to be 43 and there's
you know,
because like the heavyweight whether it's the 42 or the 56 like it's not like super forgiving. So like whatever your skill to do it is I was about to say is like this is a number that it's going to be, which is like a real John Madden thing to say.
right.
Like
What do you
very
think?
basic. Like
Yeah, I feel like the heavyweight is perhaps the easiest event to be consistent in, and like you cannot touch it once you have your technique down and you know what you're doing, you're throwing. Once you get consistent with it, you kind of stay consistent, and you'll start your season, you'll end your season not that far apart.
mhm.
And like, once you get the technique figured out, it is difficult to push it one way or the other significantly.
Right. I think Caber's a little similar to that as well with like you get your technique down and like it's going to be pretty like you're going to run into sticks every now and again that are more difficult but like in your class once you figured it out you'll kind of always do them. It's only when you transition out of your class like if you're like a B guy going to like A cabers like that's a change. Lightweight to like A like that is also like it's not a given.
Right.
But like within your respective group once you figured it out you kind of have it and it's going to be you can always kind of count on it.
Yeah. That was a little bit harder to quantify just because
Sure.
of how Caber is.
Right.
But yeah.
But like I mean like regionally too like you throw the same cabers year after year
Right.
and like even if like one game's caber is different than like the next because they're not using the same equipment or whatever it's still within like similar specs for the region.
Right.
Because that's the one thing like a lot of people like don't talk about too much is like cabers in different parts of the country are just they are just different.
Yeah.
Like in the Midwest here, like in Oklahoma, Kansas, like we use a lot of cedar trees. They have a big taper and they're never going to be heavy. Like generally speaking, if you're picking up a cedar caber, like you should not be like, oh wow, this is kind of heavy in the hand, because the biggest caber, like cedar caber I've ever seen weighed like 120 pounds, which is hefty, but like
With the exception being if they're brand new,
yeah,
cleaned
but
up
like
that week. But yeah.
like that's what we use. And then if you go like to Colorado, like they're more pine logs, like good tapered or like good like semi-tapered logs. But then like out east, like I'm throwing cabers. I can't even tell you what kind of tree it is. I have no idea. I'm like, is this a sycamore? What is this thing? You know, they're different. Like Haley Gal's got a damn black walnut caber. So
What was it? I don't know that we ever got to the bottom of it either. One of the caber our competition, or yeah, the caber we threw at nationals last year smelled really good.
yeah. Nice.
We were trying to figure out what type of wood it was.
I just assume if it smells good, I just assume cedar. That shit always smells nice.
That's true. I don't know if it was or not, but
When I was growing up, we had a tree in our front yard that got struck by lightning, and it was a cedar tree. It was a huge cedar. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it might not have been that big. I probably was just a child. So,
that happened. Yeah.
but like, so like this tree got struck by lightning, and like is where we parked our car. So I always parked next to this tree, and I'd get out of the car and just be like, yeah, it smells good. Like, yeah, like, I don't know. Cedar, hell yeah.
Tangent of things aren't as big as you remember. My son's going to be going to preschool where I went to elementary school.
Oh yeah.
I remember those hallways being massive.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah. Things were more magical when you were like little. Like everything's just like holy shit. You're looking up at everything. Nothing's at eye level.
But normal hallways to arm's width, you know.
Yeah, you could stick your arm out and your foot out and like touch each side easily. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Have you been doing any weightlifting recently? Because you're still on that kick.
I am still on that kick. That's my training. I've got August 26th. I've got a competition coming up. It might be outside. Yeah, well, I don't. The gym it's at, I'm assuming it's at the gym that's hosting it. Doesn't really have anywhere outside that makes sense to do it, but it's also like a backyard barbecue thing. I'm assuming they're gonna have like a barbecue set up and the lifting is still inside. I don't know if you've ever tried to split jerk looking into the sky.
I don't wanna.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going pretty well. I finally snatched over 200 a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
Which is not that much weight, but it is a nice milestone.
Well, weightlifting's hard.
Weightlifting is really hard.
It's genuinely hard.
No, because I've been weightlifting now for 18 months, maybe something like that. Maybe. Yeah, that's probably about right. I've finally learned how to actually clean and not power clean. Maybe 6 months ago.
They're all powers. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah, they've all been powers. I can actually clean, and my actual clean is now heavier than my power clean. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I did actually did 260 for a clean pull, hang clean front squat. this
Yuck.
week,
Right.
which was pretty cool. Yeah, it's still power snatches, but they're getting better.
Yeah.
They're getting lower. They're still power, but they're lower.
Are you like catching them in powers and like kind of riding them down?
Yeah, when I can. There's a weird thing where I get over, like, when I hit like the 160, 170 mark, it
Hmm.
gets really hard to write them down. But
Yeah.
under that, I can. So it's just working through it.
Yeah.
They redid the weight classes. I don't know if you're up on this news.
Again?
Uh, there is now like a 16 kilogram jump between classes for men. It goes 94, 110. Yeah, there was one in the middle, and they just cut it. I said,
Yeah.
there it is. The annoying thing is, had this happened a year or two ago, 94 is like perfect.
Hmm.
It's like 207.
Yeah.
And it's like I do what I normally do competing in Highland games, and then I'll make weight by a couple pounds. I'll be perfect.
Hmm.
I'm sitting like 220 right now.
Nice.
So to decide, I think I signed up as in the 110. I don't know if like, it's so hot. I might be able to make 94 without too much work.
Yeah. Those are big jumps between classes. Like,
It's just that. Like the rest of them are
oh,
reasonable. They just
yeah.
took out the like the it was like 98
Hmm.
or something. There's like a 98, 99, so 100. They just cut that one.
Yeah. Like, good luck ever trying to jump up class. Like, if you're like in
Right?
that class, like,
Yeah.
fuck,
Just go
you're
ahead and
stuck.
gain
You're
30
stuck there.
pounds. Yeah.
Yeah. You're stuck there forever
Yeah.
until you're done, and then
It was a weird
yeah.
decision because they set the classes and they had like the normal range of jumps, and then the upper 90, low 100 class. I don't remember exactly what it was. 98, I think.
Yeah.
Just they just cut that one. They said we got too many, and we're just gonna cut it.
It seems like every couple years I'm hearing about them changing weight classes for weightlifting. Can't
Yeah.
can't keep up with it all.
Yeah, I think it changes. I think they restructure it every Olympic quad,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure why they do that, unless it's just to keep records fresh.
I guess. I don't know. I only if Weightlifting House does not tell me it's news, I don't hear about it. That's how I get all my weightlifting news. Is just those guys.
Also true. Pretty sure. Like I've looked it up because I needed to know it when I was signing up for this. I'm like, what weight class am I competing in? Because they didn't have a drop down. You're just supposed to like type it in. I'm like, well, I don't. Give me choices. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, otherwise it's mostly weightlifting house where I still get my weightlifting news.
Yeah. It's good shit. They're doing good work over there.
That's true.
Yeah. You can watch competitions that are actually somewhat entertaining. You get enough background on athletes that you've never heard of before to be like, oh, let's see how this goes. And
No,
you
I've
actually
watched enough that I have athletes that I like to follow.
see, and I do too. But like every now and again, there's someone coming out of left field, and like they'll tell like a little nugget of something. You're like, oh,
That's true. That's true.
let's see how they do. Maybe they're going to be my next person to watch. But then they're doing like little mini documentaries all the time, which are great.
Yeah.
So, yay for Weightlifting House.
Yeah. Reasonable subscription. If they'll take your money. Um, My bank refuses to give them money, so I need to figure out. I need to get a preloaded card to use. I think we've talked about this like
If
6 months ago. I never solved it.
yeah, if it's well, I don't think I give them any money anymore. I think it's like if there's a like world championship or something like that I want to watch, like I'll go through them to watch it. But the YouTube's where it's at, man. The
That's
YouTubes are
true.
good.
That's true. They don't put. I don't think they post every session on YouTube. Um, so if you want to get everything, you need to
Yeah.
subscribe, and they got a little crafty with their subscription model to where you buy 3 months at a time.
Oh, bastards.
Yeah, yeah. It's like $28 or something for three
Right.
months.
Yeah.
Like it's really not bad. And if you time it right, you can probably get like a Asian champion, European championship, uh, Americas, and like a world's all in 3 months.
Yeah.
Although I don't think they were at the Pan Am's
The one in Colombia
streaming.
just recently.
No,
Was that
Columbia was last. There
was that
was.
where the fuck were they all? Maybe it was either way. I don't know. Weightlifting's tight though. But we are coming up on time. You got anything else to add before we skedaddle?
I don't think so.
Hell yeah.
Sign up for the Free State Highland Games.
Yeah, okay. So Free State Highland Games, October 18th in Lawrence, Kansas. If you are competing in a class, we have a spot for you. All classes have spots available so far. But again, just like last week, don't wait. Please don't wait. I really want you guys to sign up now. That'll make my life a whole lot easier. But we got guys coming in from all over the place: California, Utah, Colorado, every nook and cranny of the United States. They're coming out for this. So be there, be square.
Tangent on that.
Yeah.
My wife was like, "How is the 18th of October looking for you for a wedding?"
And you said not
And I
good.
said, "Not great." And then so like, well, the amateurs are in the morning, so it's an evening wedding. It's like 2.5 hours there. Like I can probably make it back there if I need. I'm like, who else is getting married? Because I know we have a wedding on like the 5th.
Hmm.
It's like, oh no, that's the one I'm talking about also. Like, well, that's great. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
I do have to get to Phoenix on the 19th, so that's going to be fun.
Busy boy.
Yeah.
All right, guys. That's it. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Help the algorithm. Share the word. I've been posting shorts on YouTube of episodes or like clips from these episodes. Like if you see them, like them. I would appreciate that very much. As always, so far, God bless.